Someone gonna go get it? Don't stand in the bad line. Easy peasy. Enjoy the nice music. Go for the heart. Somebody's been jailed. Free them. Finish the heart. Don't stand in those. I stood in those. Okay, now the real fight begins. Titan! 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 Okay, I guess we're not... People aren't focusing on taking out the boulders. You gotta take out one of them. Are we really gonna wipe on... We got a healer in jail. I think we're fine. It'd be just nice if someone would get me back up, but... Mostly because I'm bored. And there's one healer dead. Again. The tank just... Okay. I do not need that stuff. A little rough on the edges? That was something. Oh, it didn't take me back? Okay. Well, once more to Camp Overlook. That is not the window I wanted. That is. Sure he is. Did I not tell you he would return safe and sound? The deed is done then? Titan is no more? Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. It's been like that since he regained consciousness. I believe he can hear us. He has made no attempt to respond. He's almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. If that proved to be the case, he must be put to death like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes? I have the right of it. We must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that yourselves followers were beyond reason. Many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. But watch, wait, pray. That's 2 quests. That's like less than a quarter of this patch content. And it's some of the most tragic story. And really starts to put the whole maybe the beast tribes aren't so evil storyline on the map. I mean, we're going to be dealing with Gabu for a little bit still, but the guy who wanted to summon Titan again is a monster. That doesn't mean Gabu is. That doesn't mean his parents are. A monster in a race does not make the race a monster. It's one of the storylines that starts to pick up. It's been pulled from here. I mean, it's part of Nidhogg's story. Nidhogg is a monster, the dragons aren't. But it's something they really start pulling on. Starting around now. Start to play with it a little bit in like doing the Beast Tribes and the Alliance in A Realm Reborn. This is the first time that's really like required story to start doing this. There is naught to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control. Much less one which may never come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters. Informing Commander Bloodin of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? Saved your asses from Titan again. Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst. They said you had matters well in hand. Punched a god in the face. Again. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it. But not half as glad as my men'll be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not we was summoned properly, a primal's a primal. I mean, a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, like, we were all prepared to do our part. We were so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now I know you lot have places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane. I don't really feel like a party right now. Gonna be honest, this doesn't really seem like celebratory times.
Who goes there?
Calm. Just me.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand.
Another one of those conversations that makes a lot more sense if you know what she was doing during A Realm Reborn.
There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger.
Cannot do unless you try.
Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
All of my conversations are one-sided, lady. Under some rather unique circumstances, I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Emmerich.
He is quite a man, the Lord Commander. I shall have to thank him for his kindness. Truth be told, I was rather taken aback by it all. Given Ishgard's famous love of foreigners, I was half expecting the Kyrugians to berate me for bleeding. But I never heard an unkind word. Everyone there seemed relatively open and friendly, in fact, thanks in no small part to your tireless efforts, I suspect. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light.
Do they?
As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on. for the sake of those we hold dear.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose.
Oh,
Even
that's
this.
the first voiced cutscene with him, isn't it?
Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
If you didn't already think it was Oriange, I don't know how you don't realize it's Oriange here. No one else talks that way in the entirety of the game. It's the same voice. I think you see him without his mask like once and it's the same look.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
And referring to them as old friends, there we go.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
And that's a quote from Louis Soir. No, absolutely not. Yeah, if you didn't already think he was Oriange before this cutscene, this removes
Very
any
well.
semblance of a doubt.
Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
Okay, we'll pick this up so we have a direction next time. What ho, Archon? I trust you had a good night's rest. But this moment speaking with Thancred and Nushtala via Linkro, they had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. It seemed that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Emmerich believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals. With that in mind, I suggest we pay Orange another... Wait, what does Alfie say? She was here a moment ago with Gabo. Okay, so we're supposed to find her. That is me over time.